Ah, I got a little thumbnail now. Oh joy. Things you love to see. Mate, it's going to take 16 years to load the actual browser to do my thumbnail, so kind of dead, not gonna lie. Do it eventually. Eventually it'll go live, but at the moment it isn't. So it's a problem. Big problem. At the moment it isn't. Oh, the delays are well down. For once, the delay's not too bad. There we go, that's gone through on there. Just do that in there as well. Just copying the link over and doing the thumbnail at the same time, so I've definitely had, let's say, easier days, well, I should say. My IP address is visible. Mate, I don't even give one. Because that's bollocks, first of all. Nice, yeah. Edit video, mate. If you comment, I ain't gonna see it for a few minutes at least. Oh, I swear, doing this thumbnail, I've done them all, but like, Right, the Donnies are here. The Donnies are arriving. Brazil FT. Yeah, we're at Brazil, so it's an absolute dub in terms of the track. I'll have a look at your comment in a second. I know it's literally about to start, and I'm loading the thing now. Right, so we're going in. I've just done the thumbnail, like I've just uploaded it, so dubs everywhere. Okay, video's loaded. I'll be able to see what you dickheads are putting in the chat. Wagwan, it's the man himself, Mr. Ben. That's your name now, Mr. Ben. Mate, I need to mute my laptop. That's gonna really annoy me. Hearing your own voice is like the most annoying thing you could have in human history, so dubs everywhere. Anyway, welcome along all to the one-shot qualifying of the 2020-2021 IFR Christmas Friendly Championship in the F2 cars. If you didn't join us last week, we had a surprising victory from Briggsy in race 2, followed and just before that we had Nazareth win a race, and he had an absolute shocker in the race after with this new format. 2 races now, so lots of action to come as we ride on board with Gagata, who's one of the newcomers this week actually, which is always nice to see, always good. As we go down the sunny races, this is my first time seeing F2 cars around the track, and because I've never raced them around here before, and my first time commentating over this lovely little track. Controversially, he is in Mazepin's car, which, given the current controversy surrounding him, isn't the best car to be in, really. I will say that, but we'll see what Nazareth looks to be on provisional pole, if you look, because that's why the timing sheet's changing all the time. He's currently going quickest. I'm just trying to get to him. There he is. We found him. He's in Mr. Mick Schumacher's car, which is always nice. Nothing much to really commentate on qualifying, is there? It's just... But Medsy, surprisingly, is currently in 3rd. John's here. Hello, John. Yes, I agree, man. I agree. As he comes to the finish line, his lap time is, it's a non-pit straight, a 1:16.3. He's absolutely rapid. Briggsy's in second then, followed by, I think surprisingly, followed by Medzi in third. Never thought I'd see that. There's your starting grid for the race. Nazareth on pole by about half a second, followed by Briggsy, Medzi, Albert, Dido, Slayer, Alpha, Kieran, Era Voice, Gagata, Broggers, Christian Galang, TKD, Jack, Becco, and I don't know how you say his name. With in 16 we have I don't really know how to say your name, mate, sorry. Well, I might just call him P93, because I cannot say his name at all. So kind of an L, not gonna lie. I mean, you gotta love it when someone makes a PSN username complete utter gibberish. You have to love it. That's so painful. Call him PP. I may as well. Has he got? He has one P in his name, so him. You put call I'm. I will call you PP, John. Don't worry. 7 people watching. Good viewer counts. Good viewer counts. If everyone watching here could leave a like, helps boost the channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Got 7 viewers, so 7 likes. Funny, innit? No, but in all seriousness, yeah, it would be nice if you could like. We got one. It would be nice if you could like the stream and help me get. And if you're watching this without subscribing, what are you doing? I do this every week. Anyway, 5 red lights. And away we go for the Brazilian GP. It's a relatively good start from Nazareth, but Briggsy absolutely storms into the lead. Actually, it was a terrible start from Nazareth, who almost goes down to 4th place in the background. We have someone going right. That's Dido having an absolute shock at the first corner. Someone's off in the background. That's Jack spinning around and Becco in the background, followed by Dido almost spinning, but not quite. Down the Retroposta they go. 4 wide by the side of all of them. Briggsy's managed to keep the lead though. You see the 2 guards in the background. Everyone going wide is contact just at the back there. I think that's unpronounceable name. You're having an absolute mare at the end of the second straight there. He's basically in last place already, unfortunately for him. We'll go back and forth with Alpha Stuns, who appears to have had an accident at some point. Yeah, he's spun off as well. We got another spinner. Just absolute chaos already then at the Brazilian GP. No safety car, surprisingly though, which is gonna really twist things up as Briggsy has completely spun out from 1st place. Absolutely, and there's a full safety car then, after just a lap of spins, crashes and everything. Briggsy has managed to spin from the lead, and that's gonna really compromise his race. Doesn't look to have any damage, but oh no, he does have damage. He has quite bad wing damage actually. That's definitely going to be a pit stop for him then. So Nazareth, after not a great start on the first lap, has retaken the lead of the Brazilian GP as we go on to safety car. Half the grid's already pitting, which is quite a surprise actually. Just shows how chaotic the first lap was. It was hard to keep up with what was going on. It just everywhere you look, someone's gone wide at the first corner again. That's Jack once again going wide. I'm not sure. He doesn't have damage. I don't know if he just can't really get the hang of these cars around the track. Surprised he didn't have to let P93 through, but we move. Yeah, we've got 16 runners and 6 of them have pitted already after just 1 lap. Keep an eye on what tyres they go on to. So Briggsy and Gagata have gone on to soft tyres, which is quite an interesting strategy. I will be real. Quite an interesting call. Because in fact the mediums tyre wears usually quite heavy around this track. 10 viewers like Brett. Yeah, I know, it's not bad. For a channel on my side, it's not half bad. I don't know when Freddy's going to get here. He said he'll be here, but yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out. He might have messaged me. I know I got a message on my watch, but no idea who from. Dido's got a 12-second time, hasn't he? Oh, hello, Freddy's here. I've just accidentally messaged you, Freddy, saying we live. I've just accidentally done it. Absolute scenes right there. Nazareth first, imagine my shock. Mate, Briggsy was in the lead for nearly the whole first lap, and then he absolutely scuffed it in the second sector. So, now he's down in 14th. It's been an absolute nightmare for him. Drugovich spare parts. Yes, I think most of the cars here do indeed need spare parts. As is the yellow flag. Oh no, it's just Christian Galan just pissing for some reason. Yeah, I was wondering why people. So yeah, he started second, got an absolutely mental start. Like blasted into the lead. Nazareth's got a pretty poor start and ended down in third, and then first couple of corners was just argy-bargy everywhere, and then ended up with Briggsy in the lead for most of the first lap, ending up spinning. Out of the corner you can see Nazareth's come out of now. He just span off there, smash into the wall just there. Didn't quite see it, I just saw him on the grass, so, but have to see from him. Surprising how far Christian Galan's absolutely miles back. He's got 20 laps to be fair, and all these people do have a second race. There's two races. We've got this race which is 20 laps, and the sprint race which is quite a bit shorter. And you don't really tend to have a pit stop in that either, unless if you obviously get damaged. I have no clue how long this safety car will last for. Just got to keep an eye on the bottom left. Going to be a challenge to see how long these mediums will last for. About 50-50 on tyres. I think the amount of people on medium tyres has an edge. Good evening, John. Good evening, Olga. Hello, Gomex. Just around there. How's the race? Well, we're racing for just under a lap, and we have a safety car. Briggsy was in the lead briefly, then spun out at sector 2. The bottom 6 basically all were involved in some kind of first lap incident. It just complete chaos basically, and we ended up with a safety car halfway through sector 2. Nazareth's got a poor start, and yet he's somehow still in the lead. He was down in 4th at the first corner, and then he's ended up in 1st because of people absolutely binning it. Anyway, good to see you here, Gomex. Good to see you here. I've no clue how long this safety car lasts for. Thanks for the update, no problem. You didn't miss too much. Well, you missed the first lap, but didn't miss too much. You got about 15 laps to go, and then you got the sprint race as well. 8 people watching. If you could all leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated, as boost the stream up the algorithms and stuff. As Christian Galan gets a 3-second time penalty, probably for track extending. I mean, let's be real, how do you do that under safety cars? That 2 leaders almost going side by side. Medzi is definitely going to be after the win. Actually, I think the safety car is actually in this lap. I must have missed that. As we get ready for the restart, I think Nazareth has just gone as we... Yeah, he's gone then, as down the start-finish straight we go. 2 races, bruh, big headed again, yep. As is already a yellow flag, 2 people are off on the pit straight already. We'll have to look back in a minute. As into the first corner, Christian Galan's left. Becco's crashed out, I believe. I'm not sure what happened there. No safety car though. He's through the first corner. The field quite spread out actually, as Albert the White is going quite close to Medzi. He looks to be going for a move. Does he go for it? He thinks about it. It gets incredibly close between them, but no move is made there. He loses the back end coming out of the next corner as well, and that's going to give TKD a really good run at him. Does he go through a dive bomb? If you pull off a dive bomb here, it's going to be quality move. He doesn't. But close between all the field really. It's getting very close between Brogers and Era Voice. Did take a slight corner cut, I noticed, but no penalties for them. As that's Kieran off the track. He's spun in the exact same place as Briggsy, so absolute shocker for him already. As he does have damage as well, so it's an unfortunate one for him. As Briggsy is absolutely miles behind. He's down in stone dead last, only just got into sector 2 actually. So unfortunate for him, as TKD definitely gaining on Albert the right, but no DRS yet, so it's just slipstream and raw pace is into the centre as we go for only the second time and the third time under full racing speed, as the Slayer gets a move done on Pilgrims, as Brogers is going side by side with Jack as he goes round the outside at the end of the centre rest. Fantastic move from him, as down the rest of the posture they go. Any potential move, Slayer thinks about one, but starts to back out as being overtaken, as both drivers are spun out, a massive crash into the wall for Slayer, an unpronounceable name, and they're both out of the race. At the end of the second straight, massive crash between them all then, as VSC is deployed. Not Briggsy's favourite race ever, to be honest. Nah, it's going to be one of the worst for him. As back under a form of safety car once again. Briggsy back up into 13th, so he probably won't catch up, considering the fact we're under VSC. No, Slayer, yeah, Slayer hasn't had a single good race this whole F2 league, like at all. It's very unfortunate for him, very unfortunate, but what can you do, I'm afraid, what can you do? But Nazareth then, holding the lead. Medzy's definitely on the quicker tyres. Briggsy's down up into 11th, so he might still get a point. As Medzy's pitted then. It's quite an early stop for him actually, I'm not sure if we'll see anyone else pit. So doing the VSC pit stop, so he'll lose a lot less time, depending on when we go back on the green flag. As we've just done now, he's not even out the pit lane yet, so he called it alright, nothing special, but he called it okay, we'll say that. Anyway, I thought Slayer could get a podium because he was on quick tyres and had stopped. Unlucky for him, very unlucky for Slayer. Completely agree there. There's only one time separating Era Voice and Alpha Stuns. Incredibly close between them. Era Voice defending fiercely though, as I do believe Medzy's had an incident. Yeah, he must have spun on the pit exit and been teleported to the track. So drama instantly already, so a slight bit of dirt was kicked up. As Glomax has said, yeah, he's very good in the fast driver on F1, but here in F2 not so lucky there, definitely. Slayer's not a strong point in F2 cars, but he's very determined. But Era Voice being put under all kinds of pressure from Alpha Stuns and Jack. As down into the last sector there goes, Dido gets a 3-second time penalty for track extending, as Jack has a little look on Alpha Stuns, compromises exit slightly, but Alpha gets a fantastic exit compared to Era Voice, just a drag race down to turn 1, down the pit straight with a slight banking, but Era Voice and Alpha are pitting. One's doing an early pit stop on the medium tyres, surprisingly, while Alpha's doing a stop on the soft. But Brogers, not bad as Jack slightly track extends, but we'll just gloss past that. But Jack having a decent race. Most of the grid is incredibly spread out. We've been racing for about, well, we're 8 laps in, but we've been racing for about 3 laps and we've lost 4 people already, so it's just going to be interesting to see how Briggsy can recover. He looks like he's going to overtake Medzy. Have to see, and he has overtaken Medzy. As he gets fastest lap as well, he's going to be pushing the whole race just to try and capitalise on that terrible first lap he had. No one seems to be very close though, so we're now in the stage of the race where it's just strategy calls and pushing the absolute life out of the car you are driving. So yellow flag in sector 2, that's Dido that spun round. Seems to be everyone spinning around this area today. That's at the exit of the same area Albon and Hamilton crashed in 2019, so not great luck that area. As John's commentated, For God's sake, he's out of the track again, get him cancelled. Yeah, Dido is over party as Brokers gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Interesting to see, none of the grid are too close. As you know, Albert Devite round the outside at the end of the second straight, having a nice little battle here with TKD. Still side by side, Albert's not giving up at all. But TKD's managed to hold off that time. But Albert definitely seems to be the quicker driver out of these two. Maybe just quick on the mediums. As Briggsy sets another fastest lap, he's up into 8th. As Jack Ethan, or just Jack, whatever you want to call him, is about a second behind Alpha. Could end up being quicker. They're on the same lap old tyres. They're both on new mediums. But Gagatar, 6 lap old softs, could be going to be a struggle to get them much further. Only 9 tenths separating these two. Yeah, DRS is actually enabled now. So another yellow flag in sector 2. That is Gagatar spinning at the same place. Briggsy is spun as well, so those soft tyres absolutely dying off. Another spin already. This is going to be the Spinala Grand Prix at this rate. May as well be, everyone else is spinning. Only 9 tenths separating these two drivers. There seems to be, well, like 5 tenths though. Between Kieran and Brokers, you'll have DRS down the pit straight, definitely. And he absolutely scuffs it out of this corner here where Hamilton got past Glock in 2008. He doesn't get to quite a good exit actually. He's down the pit straight. We go. Go on with Brokers. See how much he'll gain. Kieran's gaining quite a bit actually. Will he go for a surprise move around the outside? He goes down the inside quite late. Brokers closes the door slightly. He manages to hold him off as Kieran goes into the wall. Into the tyre barrier with wing damage. Oh no damage at all. How has he got no damage? He smashed into the wall. But no damage for Kieran as he gets spun around by Brokers. Well, from what it looked like, he got spun around. Maybe he just gunned it on the power too much, but I have to look on the replay for that in the highlights. But that's unfortunate for Kieran. He was looking quite speedy. But Briggsy then, up into 7th. He's the one I want to keep watching because he's on a good recovery. He's one of, if not the quickest in the field. Him and Nazareth, undoubtedly the quickest drivers. Good debate between who's quicker, because Briggsy should have 100% won way more races, but absolutely rotten luck has just got him nowhere, really. Have a bit of a drink. Most of the grid seems to be quite separated. As Albert just pitted for soft tyres. I doubt he'll get him 9 laps to the end of the race. Very interesting strategy calls. So we've got 3 drivers on the soft tyre. As Kieran pits already, he must have damage there. No, maybe he just wouldn't show up. Quite odd. But only in terms of gaps, quite large actually. Nothing. A safety car is what we're going to need now to make this race a bit more entertaining, as Brogers gets another 3-second time penalty for track exceeding. Kieran's fallen right to the back after that pit stop. He's gone to mediums. I mean, from what we saw, he didn't have any damage. Maybe the softs, he wiped out the softs, won't last. Albert's got to take his softs at the end of the race. Jack, I can't really say if he's a quicker driver out of him and Alpha. I mean, I don't know. They look quite even on pace actually. Briggsy's one of the quickest drivers on track at the moment. So Freddie, what are your opinions on all the strategies and that? Because it's different on how they're all adjusting their strategies and tyre changes and stuff. So what are your opinions? As Dido gets a 3-second time penalty. Gaps are massive. I think anyone who's got a penalty, John, should be cancelled. Just like Nazareth is overparty. Yeah, Freddie, what are your opinions on the strategies? I'm looking forward to seeing how the bottom two fare on the fresh tyres. Yeah, that should be quite interesting. About 10 seconds between Medzi and... No, 9 seconds between Broggers and Iravoice. Cancel EA. Wankers, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fuck EA. Yep. No one likes EA. But they're going to buy the F1 game soon, so... It's another good excuse to hate them. As TKD pits as we got another spin, and that's Broggers. Also spinning. Roughly the set where Albon and Hamilton crashed last year. Brixie somehow gets another fastest lap on 7 lap old mediums. No damage in sight for Broggers though. All their games are scripted. Bricks, yeah. I mean F1 won't be. How could you script F1 when you could script F1? But I doubt they will. They'll just get absolutely minced. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But Broggers, half the grid basically has penalties. TKD is on quick. Dido though, is having a phenomenal race. He's managed to get to second. He had I wouldn't say an amazing lap on. He had a good first corner. He was just be going around the outside of quite a few people, which is what I do. I chuck it around the outside on lap one. It's just fun. If you can pull it off, it's insanely satisfying. But Nazareth has just pitted. He's gone for the soft tyres. That I do believe. I know TKD just got past Dido actually. Dido is now pitted. He looks to be going to soft tyres as well. But currently, it's going to be close. I can't really tell if Dido gets a 5-second time penalty, unfortunately. But TKD, no, Nazareth has held the lead. They're both on the quickest tyres though, so Briggsy's managed to recover up into 6th though, which is really good for him. He's getting quite close to Jack up ahead. But shame for Dido, he probably could have... I know, I'm guessing he's had those tyres on from the start. I'm not sure actually, but he must have, otherwise he wouldn't have pitted. He probably could have taken them to the end. Only a second as Iravoice has just pitted as well. He's gone on to the medium tyre. Got close between Broggers and Medzi. As slight contact, I believe, there from Medzi. As Dido is now getting involved as well. He's just in the background waiting to pounce as Medzi goes down the inside, uses DRS. Down the rest of Aposta, Dido waiting to pounce in the background. Medzi goes wide, will ride on board with Dido to see what he can do. Thinks about a move but doesn't go for it. Kieran gets a 3-second time penalty. Only 7 tenths, just about half a second between Briggsy and Jack there. So he'll have DRS. As down the pit straight we go. We'll see if we'll go for the overtake as TKD gets fastest lap. Taking Briggsy's throne of basically 3 consecutive fastest laps. Does he go for the move around the outside as he gets past his sector 3? He doesn't, but he'll have DRS down the Reggio Aposta. He gets a good exit as well out the center S's. Onto the straight we go now. DRS is now enabled. He's right up the back of him. Jack is trying to break the slipstream but can't do so. Briggsy will probably be past behind the straight as round the outside he goes. Fantastic move up into 5th. Well, pretty basic move actually, but it's called being nice. As Dido has got past Broggers round the outside into turn 1. Lovely move there from him. Those soft tyres being used to Dido's advantage then. Currently in 8th, definitely having a better race than last week's shenanigans, as Broggers is just about half a second behind. He's on older tyres and slower tyres. So it's seen him as Jack Ethan, 7 tenths between him and Briggsy. So close between them still. If he keeps it under a second, he'll have DRS. Nazareth's got ice in the veins. Yes, he has. As Nazareth's just set fastest lap, speaking of him. 6 tenths between these two. He has DRS. He could gain. He's got 2 DRS straights to do it. And he's on younger tyres, so he should be a bit quicker. As Briggsy understeers quite a lot through the first part of the center S's. Jack even Gordon Gutson gets a penalty. That's the easiest corner to corner cut in the world, basically. So, between him then. Daniel to Aposta, no move from them two. For only 3 attempts separating Gagatar and Kieran. Kieran's looking for a recovery drive, but currently, the way things stand, Dido will be starting on pole, I believe, for the race 2 as he goes for a move into the last braking zone of the lap, but he's right up, but doesn't really pull it off, doesn't put a Hamilton on Glock, but he's right up the back of Gagatar. Just down the straight we go. He should probably get past him by the end. We're right on board. Into the centre as we go. Down the inside. Still close between him. Pushes Gagatar a bit wide. He's past him. So it's a good move by him, using the whole track to his advantage. Jack Ethan though, he's kept it close between him and Briggsy. Dream speedrun music plays, mate. If I swear, if I hear that song again, I'm gonna actually die. Makes me actually want to cry. Like, it's just annoying. It's the exact same beat over and over again. I don't even care about Dream, mate. Dream has nothing. Dream and Tommy in it has absolutely nothing on the OG Minecraft YouTubers. Like, you can't beat the OG ones, mate. Like, if anyone says Dream's better, you can straight up, you can piss off, straight up. And I'm speaking facts there. Half a second between Briggsy and Jack Ethan. To be honest, in fact, yeah, Ben agrees with me. Facts. Ben agrees. We were talking about it yesterday, actually. Quite. I wouldn't say Dream SMP is shit. I wouldn't say it's terrible. Just nothing special. The PewDiePie Minecraft Let's Play was absolutely banging though. 7 attempts. So Briggsy, he is putting away. He's definitely getting the better racing lines. Has Jackie, there's a little tussle with the back end there, but Nazareth looks to be on for a very commanding victory, once again winning race 1 for the second week running, and for the, well, not third week running, but for the third race weekend running, he's won a race. Silverstone, he won the race there. That was only one race then. He won his first race at Belgium last week, and then he looks to be winning this week, unless if he beats it in basically 2 or 3 laps. 1 comment equals World War 3. Basically. As Nazar's just got another penalty, we'll have a look, see what penalties are. Currently, yeah, Nazar's still leading at the end of the race then, but Albert de White looks to actually be sitting quite comfortably in second at the moment. If Nazareth gets another penalty, Albert de White, if he keeps the gap as it is, 9 seconds, if Nazareth gets another 7 odd seconds penalties, and Albert de White is just 1. Well, not now, and he's brought it back under 9. Keep an eye on the interval then. Everyone's out of the DRS range, just people trying to nurse the car home, really. We'll have a look on the tyres. Briggsy's mediums are going to be hitting the cliff soon as Jack goes a bit wide. Messi gets a time penalty, like just behind Jack Heath, about 23 seconds behind. Dido is chasing him though. 3 lap old soft versus 9 lap old mediums. Definitely got the pace behind him. I do believe we just saw Messi lock up. Has he got the range down? Yeah, he has. A bit exit this corner to almost got it under a second as TKD gets another penalty. So Albert de White, or Albert David, I don't actually know how to say his name, so we call him Albert then. As Albert is basically in second at the moment. Briggsy looks to actually be gaining on Alpha on 3 lap older mediums. It just shows how quick he actually is. Him and Nazareth, they are speedy boys. Slayer's quick as well. Slayer's bloody quick as a dry. Albert Einstein. Yes, he will now be called Albert. I'm going to call Albert Einstein now, as Dido goes quite wide down that corner. Let's have a look at the penalties. 11 seconds, so no matter what he does, Dido always ends up with loads of penalties. I swear every time. Is what it is, is what it is. Give an eye, 1.2 between 5th and 4th. Briggsy has 5 seconds of penalty, so but he is definitely gaining. He's got it just at the edge of 110. It is what it is. Yes, it is, John. It is indeed what it is. You know, voice though, he's pushing for progress. Well, look at the tyres. He's on younger medium. As Briggsy's brought the gap down to under a second now. Alpha Stun seems to be struggling on those mediums. He's got a terrible exit. He actually looks to be struggling. He's on younger medium tyres. There shouldn't be much of a performance difference, but Briggsy's consistently quicker. He's brought it down to 7 temps in a few corners. May would definitely have DRS and could he? It's the last lap. Can Alpha Stun to hold off Briggsy? Although Alpha will still hold the lead, hold fourth because of penalties. Can he hold him off as Briggsy comes down the pit straight, zigzagging the car to win race 1 at the Brazilian GP. Another dominant display from him. I wouldn't say he's deserved that win, but he does deserve it. As it's getting quite close between these two, it's going to be to the line this. Does Briggsy get it? It's going to be side by side. Not only just. Alpha Stunt holds off. It's basically a photo finish between those two then. So close. It's Era Voice also gained on Broggers. Going into the last sector then. He's got just the pit straight to go. He has DRS. He's 6 temps, so could be enough to get it actually. He's technically ahead of him anyway, no matter what, but he's on the pit straight. He still want to go past him. It's down the pit straight we go. DRS just opened. That's what that little beep was. Down the pit straight. Not as close as Briggsy was. I don't think he'll get it. He's close though. But that's Era Voice up into 9th anyway because of penalties. Anyway, Nazareth is your winner of race 1. I would say Briggsy probably should have got the win if he didn't spin out, but Nazareth did deserve it anyway. He had pole. He may as well have won. He's had a basically start to finish in the lead, but that's the end of race 1. I hope you will stick around for race 2. I know it wasn't the most entertaining race, and that's just how it is sometimes as Jack gets driver of the day. But that's just how it is. Race 2 though. Judging by last week with how Belgium went, race 2 will be a lot more chaotic than race 1 is. Less pit stops as well that will spread out the field. Probably a safety car. Although I'd rather not see one for about a lap or 2. Yeah, there's your winner. Nazareth once again. Seems to be winning a lot, doesn't he? I think he'll get the championship. He's got 3 more races. It's the penultimate round. He's got 3 more races. Next race he's got 2 races at United States next week, which will bring an end to the Christmas League, and then we'll be back on F1, which I'm quite excited for, because that Azerbaijan race was absolutely banging, and also the noise was a lot better. So yeah, and there's your finishing order. Nazareth with the lead, Albert in 2nd place, TKD in 3rd, Alpha Stuns in 4th, Briggsy 6th, Jack Evans, Jack 7th, Jack 6th, Medzi 7th, Dido 8th, Iravoice 9th, Broggers 10th, Kieran for 11th, Gaggers at 12th, 13th for Slayer, 14th for Unpronounceable MP Motorsport Driver, 15th for Becco, and rounding off the grid is Christian Galan. When you call an F1 game, but when you call a game F1 but have F2, mate, they're gonna. I won't be surprised to add F3 soon. So F3 2021 confirmed. Anyway, prepare for race 2. Freddie, if you could put if you could all put your predictions in the chat, be greatly appreciated. We'll see what will happen. So Freddie's predictions, Ben, you may as well do some predictions. John, you might as well do some. Gomex, if you're still watching, leave a few predictions. Basically, everyone watching, leave a prediction. We've got 6 people watching. If all those 6 people could leave a like, get to 6 likes would be very nice. Would be very nice indeed. Got 5 seconds to the start of race 2. Or a few more than 5, considering the lag. Now just with another great win, good recovery drive from Briggsy too. As away we go for the second race in Brazil. Dido is actually on pole. Gets quite a good start. Medzi goes down the inside of him now and takes the lead of the Brazilian GP. TKD looked to be going wide in the background through the centre. I say a contact in the back, and that's Kieran once again being spun round. Someone else has gone wide there, but Kieran once again have an absolute shocker of a first lap. Down the Reta Aposta they come, slight contact between. Slayer gets pushed wide off the track. Is he still going? Yeah, he is. Everyone relatively kept their cars clean, so no safety car, thankfully. But Medzi taking the lead on into the first corner. Najat's up into 7th, as that's Albert going quite right wide actually. So he tries to go around the outside of Nazareth into this corner, loses the back end slightly. That's going to give Ira Voice a chance to get involved. But no, yeah, for Sunstrike goes for a move on him now. Can he go around the outside? No, he backs out. Oh, does he? Ira Voice goes down the inside of Albert, as Slayer's having a nice little battle with Brogers back here, almost side by side. It's Nazareth, so on an absolute charge already. It's him and Briggsy now, the 2 championship rivals. As Jack Eastwood is being put under all kinds of pressure from all of them. And coming down the pit straight we go. Briggsy trying to work out where to go. Side by side into turn 1. Nazareth looks to be getting involved as well. Can he go around the outside as well with Briggsy's contact between the 2 championship rivals slightly. Goes to move around the outside, doesn't finish it, gets pushed off the track, and he's passed up into 4th place. Nazareth being held up though. Slight contact between them again. A side by side run down the Reta Aposta they go then. Into the next corner, can he go for a move around the outside? He thinks about it, back, so gets the switch back on. Jack, I believe that was a fantastic move from him there to put him up to 5th place. Now he's going to be chasing after Briggsy. Have a look at Jagger as well, putting pressure on Slayer. Slayer still in a decent race, as Ben predicts Briggsy's going to win. I'll read out Freddie's properly now. Nazareth with another great win. A good recovery drive from Briggsy too. That was on the last race, and yes, was a very good recovery drive. Well, hopefully they don't go out of the track, or I'm going to get my guy Kim Jong-un to cancel them. Yeah, John doesn't like track exceeding them. It says Albert has spun. One of the many drivers to have a spin today as well. Is getting quite very close between Briggsy and Nazareth back here, it looked like on the map. Same for Ira Voice as well, with 3 tenths separating the 2. Can Nazareth pull off a move? Binding the pit straight, I think he might be able to. He's got the slipstream. Going down the sampling straight we go. Briggsy covers off the inside. Can he go for a move around the outside? Slightly touches the grass, doesn't quite pull it off, but he's got the rest of the posture to get the move done next. Alpha Sun's also looking for a move on Era Voice as well. And Jack Ethan is still hanging on in the background, will hop on board. There won't be a move between these 2. Right on board with Alpha Stuns, no move between those 2 either. Already, see race 2, don't know what it is about race 2. Just more races. Lives up to the title of the race. Nazareth though definitely seems to be the quicker driver. All the drivers on mediums except Kieran. But Briggsy obviously is going to be hunting for another win. Medzi though is looking phenomenally quick, as Dido's holding 2nd place, the top from 2nd to 5th, or well actually no, 2nd to 6th. All drivers are relatively actually quite close, as Alpha Stun still looking for a move on Era Voice. If you look on the mini-map and the timing sheets of Albert has a penalty. I'm not sure what for, but he's 2 tenths separating Christian Galang and Becco as well. Keep an eye on Nazareth, looks to be going for a move. 1 tenth between the both as Nazareth goes down the inside at the centre. As Briggsy tries to hold off the inside. Nazareth goes terribly wide, but it still pulls off the move somehow. Briggsy may have DRS down the Reta Aposta. He does, he has DRS, and this battle could still be going. Could it? I doubt that actually no hasn't, as Nazareth up into 4th then. As Christian Galang also is now visibly inside of Becco, which, I mean, it's not really what we wanted to see today, is it? But we'll just gloss over that and move on, as TKD incredibly close. between him and Dido. Dido, definitely a slower driver, but it seems to be coping quite well under pressure. Briggsy in 5th, Nazareth. The two championship rivals, both on solid races so far. Nazareth has raced 2, he's gone a lot better as TKD looked to get not a great exit. Nazareth has spun, and commentator's curse has struck. And Nazareth has spun off the track. Said he was having a good race, and literally seconds later he spins out and spins yet again. Down into 12th place. He's raced the commentator's curse has struck and ruined Nazareth's race entirely. Freddie screaming Nazareth in the stream chat. So unfortunate for him. It looks to be the MP Motorsport driver looks for a move around the outside of Kieran. Kieran covered him off as Kieran spins, slight contact. No, Kieran's still going. Gagatar's getting involved. The MP Motorsport driver literally saving Kieran's life there as Gagatar's looking for a move down the inside at the Reservoir Pasta straight. Down the inside he goes, good move from him there, and that promotes him up into 8th place as Kieran struggling so much on his tyres. Brogers is also getting involved with him now. Briggsy is chasing these two. Mezzi's holding the gap ahead, no DRS between them. Slayer has... Oh no, Outward Device pick. Slayer's fallen right back. I'm not sure what happened with him. Has he pitted? He must have pitted for some reason. Maybe he had damage, but I'm not sure what happened with him. But unfortunate. Only 2 temps separate the Voice and Alpha Suns who have DRS. You should easily get past them. Briggsy as well looking for a move. We won't go for him. We'll go back and forth with these two here. There's DRS. Should help him. Does he go for a move around the outside? Yellow flag in sector 1. Briggsy spun round, I believe. Yeah, Briggsy unfortunately spins again at the centre S's. Was there contact between him and TKD? Another shocking race for Briggsy. 2 in a row. He's not, as Freddie said earlier, he does not like this track. Or like driving it at least. As Becco and Z2 are still fighting, Nazareth's looking for the recovery as well. TKD getting very close as the MP Motorsport drivers got back past Broggers, I believe. Maybe they were having a bit of a tussle as still 3 temps separating these two, less than 3 temps. Well, it looks like Iravoice goes wide. Alpha Suns goes for moving, gets past him. That's a brilliant move from him. Capitalising on the mistake from Iravoice. And Ben, you better get that in the highlights. Gonna be side by side, no maybe not, as another spin, or yellow flag at least, but almost a spin maybe from Broggers. He's struggling on his tyres as well. 2 temps separating Dido and Medzis. He looks for a move around the outside. We've got a battle for the lead then, which we missed last race because there wasn't one. But he'll have DRS down the Reservoir Pasta to see how this will go. He chased him in time being as straight as Briggsy. His race has gone from bad to worse. Gets a 5-second time. He's down the pin. He goes down the inside. He pulls out. What a fantastic move, but goes wide. When he had to concede the position, Mezzi's fallen out completely. Mezzi's fallen out to 3rd. I'm not. That might be investigated. I'm not quite sure. That was quite a aggressive move from Dido. He goes off the track as well. So will he lose the lead due to a penalty? I have to see, but Mezzi must be struggling on these tyres, I'm not sure. There's Iravoice, still only 5 temps between the two. Becco, oh, these two are still inside each other. I mean, it's a good battle, but it's just not, I ain't got anything to say about that. 5 temps separating TKD and Dido. Down the pit straight. DRS is on TKD. Things about the move. So Dido back up into the lead. Yes, it was a controversial move, but he's in the lead nonetheless. There's Briggsy and Slayer again quite close, but Briggsy's on soft tyres. New softs basically. 14 laps. We've got another 7 remain as Dino looks to go wide yet again. He'll get a penalty if he carries on, and that'll give compromise his exit. TKD seems to be very consistent in his exit speeds. Very consistent. His TKD gets another 3-second time penalty. Briggsy's just got one as well. No, Briggsy had one, sorry. I think I read that out actually. Good job, me. Consistency as usual. As Dino goes wide, both drivers nearly spin. That's gonna put Dino down to third. The pressure has got to him. And Medzi as well now right behind TKD. After a mistake that TKD made as well. Full and Becco and the AI of Christian Galang still battling. As Briggsy gets another 3-second time penalty, it's just not good for him, is it, unfortunately. Very late braking from Medzi, nearly into the back of TKD. Through turn 2 to the bottom of the centre S. Only 3 tenths separating these two. Iravoice gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Down the rest of the Prosta they go. They go from around the outside. He has the gap into the back of TKD. He goes barging his way through, gets pushed off the track. He loses the back end. Does he have damage? No. But Dino is just waiting in the background to pounce, let's say. But very rugged events from TKD. Medzi putting his car, let's be real, where it didn't belong. It was a very late move from him, and I'm not sure how he expects to be left the room, but still in second place nonetheless as Briggsy set fastest lap. Down the hill they go, Medzi with good speed down there as Kieran gets a 3-second time penalty. Down the pit straight they go, just to stop. It's just a battle for the lead at this point, with Dino just waiting in the background to see if he can poke his nose anywhere. Down the pit straight they go, using DRS. TKD firmly covers the inside, moves slightly over to the outside. Medzi goes for the move, I do believe, is into turn 1 we go. He's still side by side through turn 2. Contact between the two, and that's Medzi spun around. Massive crash between the two. Medzi's out of the race, and Dino with damage, but is up into second place. As another crash at this virtual safety car in the background as well. There's Medzi's strucken car. Medzi's ranting, and Medzi's having a complete rant in the chat. He's lost his marbles. He's not happy. He is not happy. Don't blame him. Why would you be happy getting taken out of the race like that? A potentially race-winning situation, but that's racing, I'm afraid. One of the most brutal sports out there. I'm not sure if the stream heard that. If you did, apologies for the excessive language, but what can you do? As Brokers gets to drive through penalty for speeding under VSC. Quite a long VSC actually. Would have thought it would have gone for a full safety car. It was quite a shunt. Back under green flag we go. Jack chasing third place, but he has got a penalty to worry about. But he's definitely the quicker driver, as he absolutely nails the exit coming out of the last braking zone, going into sector 3. Goes a bit wide, uses the runoff. He has DRS. Down the pit straight we go. Does he go through? Does he go inside or outside? To the inside he goes, into turn 1. Easy move by him. That's quite literally Spain without the S. Quite literally, Freddie. It's literally Spain without the S. As Jack has passed. Alpha Stars. Close between these two as well. Still close between. Grid's still quite close. Only 1 tenth between these two. Still fighting away. I'm going to quickly mute Medzi, just because it's annoying me more than him. There we go. Yeah. Back underway. Ben, you don't need to put that in the highlights. It's me pausing, for God's sake, so don't even think about it. It's a battle for what is effectively third. Both drivers have a penalty now. We'll have a look and see what that is. They both have a 3-second time penalty. Currently though, Dino is the race leader, but he's He's falling behind. He has wing damage, so it's Spain, yeah. Just Spain without the S band. That's all it is. That's all it is. 2 laps remaining for Alpha to catch third. Jack is looking quick, though. He is looking quite quick. Before anyone in the chat goes, look, it's a battle between Christian Galag and Becco, yeah, and her AI. So just, and if anyone doesn't know what DT means, that means drive-through. I'm buying 2020 tomorrow if that guy pays up. Nice one, Ben. Nice one. We'll record it. Need the views, innit? Yeah, go back to my old style. Playing F1. Do it, mate. But yeah, every night. Should be every night. I mean, technically you and Freddie know each other anyway. So just leave you two to work out how. Because it's funny, innit? Over a second though between basically all drivers except Becca and Christian Galang. So we just leave that. I mean, there's not much going on, is there? Why didn't I just leave the lobby? Two championship contenders having shocking races, but both of them look to they're going to come home in the points. That's what matters. But Nazareth is going to extend his advantage even more. Which, unfortunately, if he wins the championship, he 100% deserves it. He's been on it from the start of the season. Surprised that contact took Ned's wheel off. It's quite a shunt, yes, but pretty full damage of running, not simulation. So I thought he just would have taken his front wing off, or half of it anyway. I found a picture from Year 6 football team. Freddie and I are in it. Up the Year 6 football team. Big up the Year 6 football team. Looks to be quite good. Breezy's up into 9th actually. Brokers is pitted. Might be quite close between Slayer and Kieran as Brokers messes up the pit exit and gives himself some front wing damage, and that'll probably be another pit stop for him. Does Slayer have damage though? That's a good question. No, Slayer does not have damage. Nazareth is gaining on Gagata though. Nearly goes around the outside. Is onto the pit straight. Gagata gets a terrible exit. Side by side down the pit straight. How'd you fuck up on pit exit? Brazil pit exit's hard. It's down the pit straight we go. DRS for Nazareth should be an easy overtake for him. Down the inside he goes. No, round the outside he goes. Easy move. Up into 5th. As I think he just got given a penalty as well. Freddie says, good drive from Nazareth despite the spin earlier on. Yeah, he's had a really good recovery. Briggsy just... oh, he's had a terrible weekend. I think he said in the Discord he had high hopes as well, but maybe his hopes weren't high enough. Fat F for Briggsy, fat F. As that's Jack having making a mistake. I'm not sure if it just didn't look to be a spin, just a slight good old bash into the wall. But that's going to give as... I think he almost wobbled out of that corner there as well if he's spinning. His Slayer gets a 3-second drive penalty. But Broggers is definitely somehow is keeping close to Kieran. And he's gone down to a 2nd now. He has dead damage, so I'm not surprised he's losing time. As TKD wins the Brazilian GP. Followed by Dido with a surprising podium in 3rd. I'm going to do this bit for you, Ben, just so. As TKD wins the Brazilian GP after a fantastic race from the former top 3, including Medsi's, unfortunately crashed. Dido comes home in a very surprising 2nd place. He probably could have won the race actually. Alpha Stun's in 3rd, followed by Jack Even in 4th. And that will bring an end to this week's Brazilian, well not this week's Brazilian GP, but this week's IFR F2. That was the penultimate round. We've got 2 races left, but only at one track. We have a race at America. We have 2 races at America next week. Oh god, there's beef in the Discord. And then there's your finishing order for the race. TK Dave a win, Dido second, Alpha Stuns third. Anyway, thank you Ben. It was actually a quite successful stream. Anyway, if anyone wants to say anything in the chat before I end the stream, go for it. Yeah, absolute mad one in the Discord server. Big funny. Good stream, bro. Thanks, Freddy. Always appreciated. That's going to be the end of today's affair in F1 2020. Next week will be the last race of the F2 Christmas friendly. I know it's not really Christmas anymore, but that's what we called it. And then just a week later, on February 7th, we'll be back to F1, and I do believe we will be at Canada. Yeah, it'll be Canada. Here we got America next, which is, yep, in about... Oh no, no, sorry, it's not the penultimate round. We have Japan next. I completely ruined that one. I have to get to work making a Japan thumbnail just after this then. But yeah, Canada, huh? Yeah, there's another 3 weeks actually, so we've got Japan next in a week's time, then America. So there's 2 races left. Japan's going to be an absolute chaos in these F2 cars. I mean, all the tracks which need high downforce and the really quick ones like Suzuka with all the S's. It's just, the F2 cars are so heavy. But yeah, we got Japan next, which will be good. Then we end off in America, which I don't agree with because I can't stand that track, but there you go. Anyway, thank you all for your support on the stream today. Thanks to the drivers for driving. Obviously thanks to IFR for letting me continue to commentate. Thanks to all the likes, thanks for the in general, thanks for the support recently, and I will see you all next week for the Japanese GP.